To go live. Yes, we are.
Oh, there we go. We're live now. Yep. We are finally live. 3 minutes late.
3 minutes late.
Yeah, that's right. So
3 minutes late.
Here we are. The story of your life. Yes. The story of my life.
It's like the movie with Tom Hanks in it. What is it?
Which one's that?
Saying 2 weeks all the time to finish the house.
Oh, that's a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. The money pit. The money pit.
Especially if you've ever lived in a house you're renovating. That's
right.
Frustrating, but amazing movie to watch. Yes.
Yeah, that's right. I agree.
The best part of it is when he gets trapped in the floor and he's trying to laugh. He can't do it anymore.
It's a net. It's a net. Hey. Yeah, it's wonderful to see you, Annette, and welcome everybody to Tuesday Night Dreaming. And take a second to Sarah's one step ahead of me. Wonderful. Share the video feed. Click that like button. That's always, of course, helpful. Apparently, that's what they say. Elizabeth Kozlowski, wonderful. Molly, awesome to see you. Comment, let us know where you're coming in from. Berta, wonderful, from Texas. Great to see everybody. So yeah, we are live, and we've got some dreams to interpret. And
a couple anyway.
We got a couple docked up. Sarah, though, it's frozen. What's frozen? Is the feed frozen? Amy Knight, in from Pennsylvania. She's new. We got Elizabeth here from Tennessee. Wonderful. That's great. Molly from Vancouver. Well, there you go. I may be in your neck of the woods, Molly, in early November. So we'll see what happens. Yes. So if you have a dream, okay. Rules of the night.
Yes.
If you have a dream, post it in the comments. We tend to stick to shorter dreams, partly because longer dreams don't fit in the comments, and partly because
and then we tend to do shorter dreams.
Yeah, we
talk.
Yeah, that's right. We do. So try and if you're gonna post a dream. That is a bit on the shorter side. Maybe that you could write in one or two scenes.
The trick is it's not that you take a long dream and cut a bunch of parts out of it and try to make it short.
Yeah. Well, if you notice, like my dad and I were talking afterwards last week, we went through one of the first longer dreams that we've done on the show, and you have to skip over so much,
right,
to be able to get to any of the things that we need to talk about. And it's not that the other things are unimportant. It's just that, I mean, there's so much to actually address that we would be here all night long talking about one dream.
Right.
And so that's so shorter dreams, but just Elizabeth just posted in the comments, and I hope that we're not having internet streaming issues. So Sarah, looks good to me. So, but if you have a dream, post it in the comments. If you have a question, post your question in the comments, and we'll address those. Sarah, how tired am I, Josh? Well, we'll see once this live stream ends. And Sarah's, I'm guessing, referring to was on a show a little bit earlier today with our friends over.
Just before he gets a chance to say this, I did fail to jump on and watch.
I wasn't going to say anything. I don't throw you under the bus at every opportunity.
No, but you do have
just at some opportunities. Yeah. And so there's a great new episode up on the Remnant Radio talking about how the early church dealt with the issue of prophecy.
Yes, which I'm going to watch. Probably I'll download it and watch it on the plane.
There you go.
Florida this week. There was my segue.
Yeah, there you go.
Our house sold. We're flying to Florida.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah, it's exciting news on the Hoffert front. So
Pensacola. Here we go.
I did, Sarah. I did see that Renee had commented. We can see the comments that are going, but it's hard to address all the comments on that show. So here we have our nice little family. It's fun. So we've got some dreams. We had a dream from Christy Harvey, right? that we were going to get to. So if Christy, I haven't seen Christy yet, but Christy, just comment, let us know if you're here. Yeah, because I think we had a dream that you posted that we weren't able to get to. And yeah, I that show, by the way, guys, that we did, I had so much fun with earlier today. Okay. That was those guys that I get to hang out with on the Remnant Radio. They're lots of fun to spend some time with. Oh, Christy is there. I see that. Big brains. No, it's not about having big brains. It's having immense amount of nerddom when it comes to history. That's really what it boils down to.
I don't know where you got that.
Yeah, it's literally one of the best presents my wife ever gave me for Christmas was these books right here.
Oh, those are awesome.
That's a series by an old author named Will Durant. Yeah. And it's called The Story of Civilization. And I think I have a couple of yours still, Dad, that you let me borrow. And it's basically the story of the world from ancient Eastern cultures all the way up to, I think he gets to right there on the cusp of World War II. And I mean, it's just like, I just love history. It's so interesting. And right now I'm actually watching the Netflix documentary on World War II, where they took all the footage from World War II and colorized it. And it's a fascinating documentary. I mean, history just very much so intrigues me. So
World War II is pretty fascinating.
It is. Yeah, really very fascinating. Anyway, yeah, the dream show. It's not a World War II show. So yeah, Renee, we were geeking out. It was fun. Yeah, we were geeking out. It's true. Okay, what Christy's here. So you ready to put her dream up?
I think I've got it cleaned up here.
Okay. We had to clean up, Christy. We had to clean up your dream.
We had it, yeah. A little spelling
He means the flow on the document. That's what he's talking about.
Let's see.
It was inappropriate for the dream show. Oh yeah, that's right. So let's bring Christy's up. Renee's got a good question there. I'm sure we'll get to
another dream by somebody else, I think.
And I saw another one that was posted there. Yeah,
we'll get to that one. All right. So, yes, I must share my screen, which is really tricky, by the way. When you
yeah. Well, we'll get to these.
All right, there we go. All right, can you see that, Josh?
No, that's so tiny. You're always doing this to me.
Okay. All right, here we go. We'll make it bigger for you. We'll see if that works. Is that better?
That's good. There we go. Maybe a little bit better. There we go. Yeah.
All right. Now tell what. So, it's like you go to the doctor, the eye doctor, and you have to look at the chart, and he says, "Can you see this? Can you see that?" And you are probably more and more saying no.
I rely on my gift of prophecy.
Oh. How's that working for you?
Well, I haven't had to go to the eye doctor for a while. I do need to go to the eye doctor, though. I need some glasses.
All right. Well, this is Christy's dream. And I'm going to read it real fast. Then I need to grab a couple of dreams that have been posted here.
Let's go over it.
All right, let's do this before I lose them. All right, so she had it Friday the 13th of August, and she titled it Office Redundancy Holding Babies. I'm in an open plan office setting. This is not my workplace in real life. I'm holding a small doll, like a baby, not my child. It has one blue eye, it's the right eye, and one green eye is the left eye. We are called into a meeting. We are called into a meeting. I go into the meeting holding the two small babies under my coat. The meeting is about redundancies. And that's not an Americanism. I wasn't really listening and felt that the info was very vague and everyone left not really sure what was happening. We were told that the company would provide us with a doctor who would call us and make sure we were okay about the news. We were asked to write our phone number down for him. These were then to be filed. There was no place for me to file my name as there was no letter. Harvey is my surname. So nothing. I'm assuming there was no letter for H for Harvey or something like that. Nothing in this dream relates to my real life.
Interesting. So now it's gone. What are you doing?
I just had to do something.
No letter H to file, right? So, were you the people in the meeting were being made redundant? Is that just basically means everybody's fired because their positions don't matter anymore? Correct. That's right. Not really in a vernacular that we would use. Yeah, everybody was made redundant that was in the meeting, and they were trying to tell you that it was going to be okay, and that a doctor's going to call you to make sure it's okay, but. Let's see. And then, but there was no place for you. Yeah, everybody was losing their jobs. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the nice way of saying we're about to fire you.
Yeah. So how are you? One of the things I want, Christy, I'm assuming based on reading this stream that you were left feeling disappointed. And it's not like you were left feeling like, oh, okay, great, there's some great opportunity to move into. It was just, it feels like there's like, oh, what just happened? Would that be correct? That the feeling was more like, what just happened? Disappointment.
If we were to rename this thing, so
uncertain.
I think what Christy's done when she named this, and naming is a really good thing, Christy. But when you named this, you just kind of hit the big points in your dream: office redundancy, holding babies.
Yeah.
But if you were to give it a more precise name, what do you think you might give it a name as?
Okay. Well, another question is, as you're going there, Annette's kind of getting there on that. You're holding a small doll-like baby. Is it an actual baby? And then the next thing you know, when you're in the meeting, you're holding two small babies. Uncertain future. Yeah, that's a good uncertain job.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, and I could see it. I can see where Annette's coming from with feeling like she has a lot of responsibilities and feel like she's unsure she can handle it. It's the first part. There's definitely something to that, Annette. It's not so much feeling like she's unsure she can handle it. It's, do I have a place, and where do I fit in? You know, in the dream, she's carrying the babies. She's carrying the things that she's concerned about, the things that she's to care for, that kind of thing. She's carrying her gifts, essentially. You know, Scripture calls children a gift from God.
And she says they're under her coat. So does that mean that she's hiding them? Or
yeah, they haven't necessarily been seen.
Well, she's protecting them.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and plus they haven't been seen. It's not necessarily a bad thing that they are, but she's the context of the dream, holding the things that I'm been given to take care of, the things I've been given to do. And nobody's really seen them. And I'm not finding there's no place for me to, my name's not there. I don't fit in. What am I supposed to do? And so the context of an office building often talks about the call on your life, where the place that you'll work, the thing that you'll do. And so in the place you'll work and the thing you'll do, it's been very difficult to find out how you're to be, who you're to be.
Oh yeah, that's good.
And so that is the probably the underlying question of the dream is, why do I not fit in? I've got things to add, but I can't figure out why I don't fit in. or why I haven't been recognized. And because and part of the answer in that is that the way that you would fit in has not been clearly defined. That you're the there may be something the Lord subtly pointing out that in the dream, it's an interesting part where you go, well, I wasn't really listening to what they were saying. And so there may be something to that, is the Lord saying, there's some things that you need to listen to. Because it's vague, it's unimportant, it doesn't apply to me. And so I just tuned it out. And so there may be something there that God's showing you. There's some things you need to pay attention to. Some of the people around you. It's very, very common that the office building could represent the church, the place you're called to, the people that you're around, that kind of thing. So, anything to add to that, Dan?
Well, I didn't hear you talk about the one blue eye and the one right eye and the one green eye.
No, I didn't mention that.
All right. So it's interesting. The one baby, the first baby she has, had two different colored eyes. And so one of the things she's hiding that other people haven't been able, one thing she's keeping very protected is this way of seeing the world differently. It's like you almost don't want to share that with people.
Well, I wonder, here's a question. Was the small doll-like baby under your coat? Because it looks like she's holding that, and then the next thing you know, she's in a meeting and she's holding two small babies. So were the two small babies the same small doll-like baby with the two different eyes? Yes. Okay. So
Yes.
yeah. Okay. So the yes, clarify the yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, there's a delay, Christy. And so when I ask the question, you say yes. I don't know which one you're answering. So yes, they were the same babies. Yes, they were different. Both
yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So just a little more clear. Yeah. So yeah. Yes, they were the same babies. Same babies. Okay. All right. So yeah. Okay, Dad, go. You were right. I was just making sure we clarified that. There's a difference if she's holding the baby out and everybody sees it, and then the babies that are underneath are different.
Yeah. It just strikes me that the eyes, she notices that there's this difference in the eyes.
Yeah.
In the dream. And so it's just something, we could do the whole dream and not fully address that and still come to the same conclusions. It would be okay. This is one of those points in the dream that are there for you to ponder a little bit. Why has the baby got one blue eye and one green eye? What is that? How does that play out? Because it doesn't change the meaning of the dream, but it gives you some insight into what you are protecting.
Well, I wonder if, just this is a thought that occurred to me, if the thing she's carrying, that she carries some prophetic revelation, because their eyes
Yes.
that stand out, and two, it's blue,
Right.
which we know can represent communion with the Lord, revelatory ministry, that kind of stuff.
Right.
So there's some revelation that she carries, a gift to function within revelatory ministry, prophetic ministry. But it's been the vision of it's been colored by some envy. That's the green. And so God may be addressing some of the reasons why things are hidden and not seen. So there's a prophetic gift, but maybe there's some issues with envy that need to be dealt with, and that God's saying, well, there's some things that we need to talk about, or there's some things that people around you that are talking about you need to pay attention to. And so he's addressing reasons why. Renee, revelation, blue and green colors. And that's why I'm wondering if it's blue and the green, it's hidden. So it's not necessarily the most positive thing. It's a good thing, but also you've got these two colored eyes that are hidden.
So if we were then to go back and explore on this dream, because this is a dream that's about Christy,
Yeah.
and it's one
And
of
what
those.
she's called to do and who she's
Right.
called to be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we wouldn't say that it's necessarily a have a God initiated sort of a dream, but it's one of those dreams that does, as we've talked about, and help answer questions that
Yeah.
we have. So I say that so that when I say that it's a soul dream, you don't hear me saying, "Oh, bad."
Right.
But it is a dream that originates out of your own questions, your own soul. Our souls are good things, um, in need of redemption, but they're good things. So in this sense of what are we, what is this dream answering? That's where that's where we come back to how you renamed this dream. And what did you say? It was uncertain.
Where is it? Where is it? Let's see.
Un,
Uncertain future.
yeah, I liked that one the first.
Yeah.
Uncertain job, yes, but uncertain future. Like, where is this whole thing going?
Yeah.
And that's kind of the question this dream's saying is responding to. Where is all of this stuff going? And right now, the answer is I don't know yet. But
Yeah.
and it seems like I don't even have a place to get the answers, and yet answers are being offered to me.
Yeah. But they're answers that they're causing, it's not a direct answer. It's an answer that causes me to begin to think and dig.
Yeah.
And, the question being, why in the dream, why wasn't I paying attention? This seems like a pretty important meeting. Why did I just write off what people were saying and not listen to it?
Yeah.
And then why did I hide the babies? Why were the babies hidden under the coat? Like, why would the thing that I'm gifted to do, I hide?
Right.
And
that's what a dream like this really helps you explore is what's going on? What
yeah.
Something underlying this, and this dream is helping me get to it.
Yeah. That's right. So it's a really helpful dream.
It is. Yeah.
But it's not a dream that gives you the final answer on the process. It's one of those ones that's in the middle of the journey. Where am I going? What am I supposed to do? And I feel like I don't fit in. And I feel like I'm, when you're redundant, you're not valued. I feel like I'm not valued. And it's not about the place you are not valuing you. It's about looking inside. God's addressing issues of the heart.
Yeah.
And so when I say envy, I don't so much mean jealousy when I'm saying that word. What I mean is comparing myself to others and evaluating my worth based on how I see others. And so I have a gift, but I'm always comparing it to other people. And so it skews how I see things. And that's when I said with the blue eye and the green eye.
Yeah, and that's good.
Yeah.
Cool. Does that make sense to you?
I hope that makes sense, Christy. And thank you. That really makes sense. Great. So, Father, we just bless Christy right now. We bless her with your presence. We bless her with your peace to discover who she is and to find that niche of who she is, where she adds value to a community, where she sacrifices for a community, where she pours herself out for a community. Father, would you speak to her? Would you lead her? And would you guide her into your presence and your plan and all that you have for her? Father, we ask that you would reveal the things that you're revealing in her heart to her so that she can offer those things to you, that daily sacrifice that Romans 12 talks about, that she'd offer herself as that sacrifice to you and find that place of depth in you that she's been longing for and looking for. So we bless her journey. Amen.
Good.
Okay.
Molly Thompson, she posted it just a little bit ago.
All right.
I was back in high school to find my old locker, but I'd get lost in the hallway. Don't you love those back in school and I can't get
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very common dreams. Yeah.
Exactly. But let's see. So I was back in high school to find my old locker, but I'd get lost in the hallways.
This is, by the way, this is an example of those dreams when we're doing teaching and we're talking about dream interpretation, is that you begin to see patterns and themes in dreams. And I can't tell you how many dreams I've been told that start off something very similar to this.
In school.
I think we actually did one of these in the last dream class that we were doing. It was one of the last ones where they're in school, they're trying to find their locker, and they're lost. And I mean, very, very common dreams. Yeah.
Or they're just things not working out, trying to get to school. Or
Yes. I'm talking about very specifically being in high school, trying to find the locker and lost. I've seen that specific thing play out a number of times in dreams.
I don't know how many times I've heard that sort of a dream.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, of course, being in school and being lost, looking for a class, those are very common as well. Yeah.
So let's start it over again.
All right. Sorry.
Back in high school to find my old locker, but I'd get lost in the hallways. It was dark and blurry and scary. It felt like I had something to hand in, but I kept forgetting it. Police were there too, roaming the hallways. The more I'd walk the hallways trying to find my teacher and locker, the less conscious I felt. Felt like I was going to pass out. Then I went to my friend's house who had a baby, and whenever I touched the baby, it started to cry.
Huh. I guess this is the baby theme night.
Yeah.
I mean, the dream's full of questions, and it has few answers, and it's one of those ones that we look at it and it's where am I going? Where do I fit in, and how do I get there? The whole start of the dream is I'm in high school, place where you're supposed to learn some of the you start to learn some of the more advanced principles in education. It's not elementary school, it's not junior high school. You're starting to go on to what's going to prepare you for careers and things like that. So it's a place where you start to learn more advanced things, but you can't find your way around. And so in the dream, you're back in high school. The high school represents something going. There's a season of life where you're learning more advanced things, but you haven't been able to figure out how to navigate that. And the police are roaming the hallways saying that seems like, there's maybe there's question for Molly is, with the police roaming the hallways, did that make you feel scared or did that make you feel safe? And I get the impression in the dream that it was like, oh no, they're going to get me.
The police are here. Yeah.
Yeah. The police are here. Based on the overall.
Yes. Don't say yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Scared because the police were there. Yeah. Yeah. So that would represent power and control that wandering the hallways trying to find my place, but all I can find is things that are trying to control me that stir up fear. And, and that in the season of life that when you had the dream anyway, in the season of life you were in when you had the dream, there's by the end of it, you kind of have this loss of control and you can't figure out why. When I try and touch what other people are doing, it just messes things up. And so you're in a season where you're going, how come I can't get anything right? And how come things aren't working out for me? And probably the thread that God is addressing in this dream is that part where there's a fear of the police, because the police would be authority that are supposed to be there to help, but it's stirring up fear. And so, that's one of those questions to dig into is, why was I afraid of the authority? Police would normally be there to help. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm just trying to figure out where I am. Why, even though I'm not doing anything wrong, do I feel like they're out to get me? And so why do I feel like the authority that's supposed to help is going to hurt me? And that might be one of those things that brings us back to childhood wounds, childhood dynamics with parents or other authority figures in our life that didn't protect us, that didn't look out for us, that didn't nurture us. And because that's kind of the one, I'm If we took that part out, it would just be, I'm lost. I can't figure out where I am. I'm trying to learn something, but I'm feeling like I'm losing control and I'm never doing anything right. And so that's not a very redeeming message in the dream, right? But then this one part where it goes, the police who are supposed to help are there, but I'm afraid of them. So why is there a fear of authority? And that's the part to dig into is, and that might be the part where there's, if there's some people around you that can pray with you and pray into some of the things in your history that God's addressing to bring healing. Because how people have treated us can impact how we see those things.
Did you address the locker stuff? I was setting up the next dream and I might have missed that.
I didn't say anything about the locker. Just the fact that she was lost trying to find things at her school.
Well, and if just so the metaphor,
locker's your equipment.
Yeah, exactly. It stores the things that you need to keep that are important to you, that sort of thing. And you can't, and you seem to not have access to that. You can't find it. And so
the equipment you need to grow and learn and move on
seems to be missing or misplaced. Maybe misplaced would be a better or hiding.
Yeah.
We don't know, but yes, that's helpful.
Yeah. And she can't, in the dream, Molly, you can't find someone to help you, the teacher.
Yeah.
Right. So you've either got the police who are out to get you. So the authority that's out, that is the authority that's not going to help you, or the teacher who's not there for you. And so that's another one I would ask, dig into those questions of understanding patterns in my life, and were there parental figures or authority figures when I was young who failed to protect me, failed to help me? Because there's all of the people that are supposed to help you in the dream are gone, that are not there, aren't present. And that's what Molly says. Thank you. I'm in a massive transition phase of my life, so this feels accurate. Yeah. I mean, Deb, maybe the police fear is fear that God won't be there to help them. Just a thought, that could be it. That could be as well. I'm kind of pairing it with the fact that the teacher's not there either. So there could be a layer of that. But when the fear that God's not going to be there to help me is and to simplify that fear is generally going to be rooted in the fact that my dad wasn't there to help me. My mom wasn't there to help me. The person in my life that was supposed to be there to protect me wasn't there to help me. And so there's that applies to most authority figures. We read that into the people that are supposed to help us beyond just God being there to help us, that it kind of infiltrates the way we think about those people that are supposed to care for us, whether it's spiritual authority or natural authority. There's a distrust. So it's kind of a yes, and it's a little bit that's ultimately what ends up being the issue in our lives, is we don't trust God, but there's nuances to why we get to that place. And God highlights those things to bring us into a place of healing.
All right, so I'm going to ask, can you guys hear me now?
We can hear you. I can hear you.
Somebody said they couldn't hear me.
Good evening from New Orleans. Jody, great to see you. There was a question up here let's address. It was Renee's question, I think.
Yes, go for it.
It's like all the way up here. Yeah. I just after Molly's. This one. Oh, no, that's just about my big brains. Sorry.
Did you do that on purpose?
No, that was an accident completely. I would never do that. I would never,
never
highlight anything like that. I was completely by accident. Question: what do rats and snakes mean when they're crawling on you? Happened to a wee girlie I know. She thought it was a nightmare, but I think she was actually seeing them. If it's happening to a young girl, it would probably be the environment that she's in is not a healthy environment. And that because kids are pretty innocent. I mean, I have kids, so I know that they're not always innocent, but what they're not innocent about is still innocent. So rats and snakes in a dream crawling on you, or in an experience crawling on you, would not so much be the result of, or the result of the little girl's brokenness. It would be a result of the environment that she's in, the brokenness there, full of lies, full of, I mean, rats would represent bad habits, filthy habits, things that you can't get rid of, difficult to get rid of, feeds off sin, feeds off trash and garbage, which would be sin. That's why she's just seeing that there's some stuff that's happening around her that's no good, and she needs some help. And that would be why someone like you would be in her life, Renee, to pray with her. Yeah, she's 3, exactly. So to pray with her, and frankly, at 3, she could just be scared of those things too, and it could be fear playing out. Fear is pretty powerful. Fear is always something that we attempts to control us, but especially at 3, fear can be very difficult for kids to deal with. So it could have been she just watched a TV show also that had rats or snakes that were scary, and having young kids, knowing that kind of stuff happens as well. So it may not be the environment around her. It may be she just watched a TV show, which would then, of course, be related to the environment also. So because the TV show was on in the environment.
Good.
Yeah. You got to look at what's the home life like, and what's going on in their life, and what's the good, strong, godly parents that are navigating things well, that are in a healthy environment, or chaotic, broken home life. What's going on there? We got to look at that. She just watched a TV show that scared her.
Yep. All right.
Okay, I'm gonna default to you on this one, Dad, because I know this person.
Come on, you can do this one.
I know this person. I'll read it. You interpret it.
It's a very straightforward dream.
I know. So I'll read it. You interpret it. You already got it.
Uh-oh.
All right. Andrew Bryce. Shirley and I were returning from a long road trip. We had a calf in the back of our SUV. Very odd. When we got back to our farm, which we don't actually live on, we see a whole herd of our cows that we owned scattered in the woods, and they were supposed to be in the barn. The calf got all excited when it saw his family. Shirley offered to use the calf to gather the others back in the barn. She also said I could go to bed and rest. She would take care of it, and I was so relieved because I was so tired. Shirley is Andrew's wife.
Yes, I knew that. So, Andrew, the dream is primarily about you. And if I could just say this one thing. Relax. You don't have to be responsible for everything. Others are going to pick up the slack for you.
That's good.
Just the bottom line to that one is that you're not responsible for everything. And there's competent people to do the things that need to be done. And they're excited about it. So you can let things go.
Yeah, that is good.
Yeah.
And Sarah, you're right. He does have a good wife.
Yeah. So anyway, that's, that would be, you can go deeper on that one, Andrew, but the basic gist of it is it's okay to relax and let others start picking up the things that need to get done. Yeah, things are scattered. Not everything is in order. Not everything is where it needs to be, but other people know how to take care of it too.
Yeah, that's really good. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. So we bless you to rest, Andrew.
Yeah.
And relax.
Yep.
And let go.
Yep.
Yeah.
So here's someone we haven't seen for a while.
Andrew, on this show, we call him Papa Hoffert.
Nene.
B. Yeah, I heard from B. B and I had a couple messages back and forth. So, yeah. By the way, the answer to the last message, which I hadn't responded to yet, B, is yes, RE, Victoria's dreams, unless these are the ones you were talking about.
This is so we're gonna do one of Victoria's dreams right now.
But the answer is yes to your
Victoria
question.
around right now, B? I think you said she was.
Yeah, well, I saw B post, right? Didn't she post those?
Yes.
Yeah.
But you sent it to me as a message too. So
okay, I saw her comment on here. There, yeah, she's right there, and Victoria is around. Okay, great.
Right. So cool. And so for those of you, Victoria is her daughter, and this is a good dream.
We're already 40 minutes into this thing.
Are we really?
Wow. I know, that went so fast. It's like time warp.
I dreamt that we were at an indoor market, and everyone was getting ready for an all-vehicle street race. And I was looking for my neck brace because I thought it would be a good idea to have one on. I am looking for my neck brace and I can't find it. And my dad says, "You're not going to race without one." Then I dreamt that after the race, we were all going to this dance. And on the app, you could see how many children are going. And on the app, all the children were lined on a raised platform in the form of...
Go for it.
Matryoshka dolls. I don't know.
That's my favorite part of the whole episode.
Matryoshka?
Just keep going. Let's see if you can figure it out.
Matryoshka. I don't know.
I'm not claiming that I know what that is. We got to Google that one. How do you
say Matryoshka dolls? That's what I'm
going to say. Matryoshka. Wooden dolls in different sizes. One
of those things.
Okay.
Yeah, those are fun. Yeah, Russian dolls, Amy. That's what we call them.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, just say Russian dolls. Yeah,
that's what.
That's right. You're gonna get all technical on us, B.
So the race and the dance is what she's titled this dream.
Okay. Yeah, Deb. Yeah, exactly. The exclamation mark. Russian dolls. Oh, that's
Russian
what that
dolls.
is. Yes. Yeah, that's how I felt with that. Yeah. Maybe Deb knew what they were in the first place. Yeah, it's okay, B.
Yeah, but she was going to let me do it anyway.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Okay. So after the race, they went to a dance, and all of the many children. I can't read that. It's too small again.
Really?
Yeah, you got it. It's so small.
Oh, you know what?
I'm trying to see that second part.
I moved it onto my smaller monitor. I didn't think that would affect you.
Yeah, well, everything affects me. There we go. So were you, I guess, Victoria, the question is how did you feel about the kids all being lined up in the form of the doll? So the kids were lined up in order of smallest to biggest. Were they all wow, you're sensitive. Thanks, Sarah. Were they all did they look like the dolls, or were they what made you think about those dolls in relation
just
to
randomly
them?
Lined up, she says.
Yeah, they were just were they lined up in I'm trying to I'm just picturing a bunch of dolls lined up. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. Did they look like the dolls? Or was it just like, how you would line up, how on a shelf you might put all those dolls out on the shelf, or was it just a bunch of kids lined up on the raised platform? That's the question.
It is.
What did you think about the kid? That's what I want to know. What did you think about the kids on the platform? Were you concerned about them? Happy? Looked like they took the children and transformed them into dolls. And the apps are used to change your face. Okay. So did you see a picture of it, or were you there? Because you were looking on the app. Yeah. See, dreams are so weird nowadays, because now you have a dream where you're looking at an app. I know.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I have a virtual thing going on inside my dream.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So they took the children, transformed them into dolls.
So
Okay.
the app did. So like one of those apps you use that changes the way people look.
Right. To make them look fake.
Yeah.
Right. I don't, you try, you take, I'm trying to piece this together because I can't figure out that second part. I'm wondering what you think.
Well, let's deal with the first part first because it'll give us the answer to the second part.
I saw a picture looking on an
She was
app
not
on my
part of
phone.
it. She was
I
not
was
part of the
not
children.
part of the children.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you do the race or not? Yeah. Amy, dolls are not real. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
That's definitely a key component of that second.
Right.
So, Victoria, did you race or not? Don't know. Okay. Don't know.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. Go ahead, Pops.
Oh, well, so I like the way that the first part, she wants to get involved in something that's going the vehicle street race, which seems like fun, but she should have something that protects her in the midst of it, her neck brace, so that she's not going to be harmed in having fun. But she can't find that neck brace, and because of that, she doesn't have permission to participate.
Mm-hmm.
Without it. Without protection, she can't participate in the things that seem like they're fun. And then the second half of the dream says so I'm going to jump on an assumption here because I think it'll be an accurate one.
Yeah.
Is that after the race, everybody was going to the dance. So assuming that the race was something everybody was going to be a part of, the people that actually were going to be going there weren't all that real.
Yeah. That's
So
good.
the things that that look like they're fun aren't necessarily creating reality.
Right.
Or something that's really tangible. It's like, and it's right. So if we come down to it, it's right to protect yourself from the
Right.
things that that you are not really familiar with.
Well, the things that look fun and exciting.
Exactly. That's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah. The things that look fun and exciting that are really attractive. I want to do that.
Yeah.
There's some people in your life that would bring wisdom that says, you got to be careful when you do that.
Yeah.
And you're seeing the outworking as the people that do those things are not really real.
Yeah.
They're kind of fake. And they may look like they're having fun, but they're not real people.
They're really just dolls lined up on a stage.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's an interesting way of putting that. That dream is really just kind of it seems, okay, so this is one of those dreams that seems from one scene to the other to be so disconnected.
Yeah. I was having trouble seeing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. A good job, Dan.
And those are tough. You have to look for the so
yeah,
there's
there you go.
repeating
Christy Harvey,
themes.
social media fake. Yeah. Looking on the app and you see how fake it is.
So we look for repeating themes when we can.
Yeah.
Something like that. And the repeating theme in this one would be that that is the race.
Yeah.
So the race, it's before and after the race. So what happens? What is this race about? And that's what you have to.
Yeah.
They have to connect the two together that way.
So other people involved with fun and exciting things that you're going, oh, I want to do that stuff too.
Yeah.
But absent protection, it just makes you fake. It leads to people being fake. Yeah.
Does that make sense, Victoria? What time is it in Australia anyway? You guys must be up in the
Not in Oh no, they are in Australia.
Yeah,
they moved there. That's
Australia.
right. That's right. Yeah, it's not about social media, B.
Yeah. Right.
No, it's about people, the things that people do that they want to pass off as 11:52 a.m. Oh.
Wow.
They want to pass off as being fun and
Oh,
exciting, but
right.
really it's not reality.
Cool. Well, and it's a good dream.
Yeah.
It's one of those dreams,
Yeah.
Victoria, that is there for you to learn some stuff from.
Yeah,
So
that's right.
if it was, it's like the dream saying, well, the question would be, why is it that doesn't seem right to me? Something's not seeming right to me. What is that? And the dream says, well, the people that look like they're having all the fun are not really.
Yeah. That's right. They're not really having fun. Yeah. Renee, we'll see you next time. Allison, yes, I just haven't had a chance to get to it. So I have seen that in my inbox, so I will get to it. Sorry about that.
Oh, Josh.
It does make sense to me as the mother.
Yeah.
Yes. Fake book. Yeah. All right. What are we doing next?
Oh, yes, we need to have another one, don't we?
Yeah.
Well,
we got a lot in this list here.
Yes, but I just want to know if Primla Mahadevan, if Primla was on tonight. We tried getting her dream last time, but she wasn't on, and she had submitted it, and it was a really interesting dream. So, if Primla is on, and if I'm butchering her name, forgive me. But we'll see here in a second. If not, we'll grab something else.
Okay, you go ahead. It doesn't sound like it.
It doesn't, but I'm going to pull back up here. There was one I wanted to pull.
Let's do it.
No, we don't. Okay, so we're not.
What? Okay. Well, I don't see.
Yeah.
Just choose one.
So I'm getting there.
Elizabeth is reminding us that she put one up there.
Okay. Yes, she did. Let's see what we got here. Oh no, that's the one I already did. Okay. This is the one I wanted to do. Okay. But I have to make it bigger so you can see it. Because we know we have problems here, don't we?
It's great to have you on, B.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've missed you.
All right. Are you ready? Sauce.
Yep.
That is his nickname, by the way. Sauce you are.
That's right. My oldest niece couldn't say my name as Josh, and so it always came out as Sauce, and that was turned into my family nickname, Sauce. So
yes.
That's right.
Yep. So now you know. All right,
Amy, we almost have to choose this one because it has a baby.
Yes, exactly. So last fall, she had this dream. My boss and I were invited to meet with President Trump. Only his inner circle knew about it. It was a hidden room, just family and those he trusts. The Secret Service asked if we were there to advise on forestry. We said yes, though we knew nothing about forestry. There for about 8 minutes. His staff hands me a baby. It quiets in my arms. President Trump videotapes this as it touches his heart. Just like just like that, the meeting is over. I was left with the baby in my arms for a while before the mother finally reclaims the baby.
Okay, so this was a year ago then.
Yes.
Yeah. So great to see you, Corey. Was this your boss? I'm assuming your boss at work. That's like an actual boss. Wasn't just like in the dream you had a boss. All right, that's my guess anyway. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, your actual boss. So that tells us the context is some of the we have a ministry. Okay, so the boss is so that was kind of my question is I got the feeling the boss was kind of like a pastor person, but your boss as in the person that oversees the ministry. Is that Would that be yes? That makes a lot more sense to me. Yeah, correct. Okay. Yeah. So the context is then your involvement in the mission and purpose and direction of the ministry. Because the boss is there, so that gives us context for the area of life it's talking about. It's the things that you do within the ministry, and so you're in the dream. You're advising President Trump. You and your boss are advising President Trump on issues related to forestry. So that's going to talk about. So you're advising a political leader on issues of leadership.
Yes.
That's because forestry, trees have to do with covering and growth, and trees oftentimes represent leaders within the kingdom of God.
Yeah.
We think about Nebuchadnezzar being a tree that's cut down. We think about David talking about in Psalm 1, I think it is, right, where we're oaks of righteousness planted in by streams of living water. So trees can usually represent something to do with leadership and godly leadership. So in the dream, you are consulting with political leaders about raising up leaders
on a high level.
On a high level, yeah. So the dream's showing you that some of the stuff that you'll be involved with will be raising up leaders that will impact or impact the political sphere. That will have an influence in that sense, but you guys are going to be dealing with some leadership things that will have influence and impact in the political sphere, and you'll be given responsibilities, not necessarily responsibilities that are going to be yours forever, but you're going to be given some responsibilities, which is the baby, some things to take care of. Not your baby, but you need to take care of it for a time, and it's going to make an impression on some of the leaders around you. The way that you navigate that and the way that you feed that and nurture that and take care of that, it's going to make an impression on some of these pretty significant leaders that you're going to be able to that you're going to be helping.
And it flows out of your place of peace, because
that's right.
Your arms, because the baby in your arms quiets, and stays quiet. And it's so impressive that even the president wants to videotape this. It's that your peace is able to overwhelm difficult situations where most leaders can't address that.
Yeah, I'm going to guess that part of it is the Lord showing you that your boss is really going to the leader of the ministry you're involved with is really going to move into a good job, Sarah. Yeah, the leader of your ministry is really going to move into a season where they're raising up other leaders, and you're going to pick up some of the responsibilities that need to be dealt with. That's going to make an impact on some of these other leaders. Yeah. Because in the dream, you're with your boss, supporting your boss, but your responsibility is not so much the forestry stuff. And you'll probably all feel totally ill-equipped for it. So,
but
right there, you're like, we don't know anything about forestry, but you're there to advise on forestry.
Yeah, it's not something done out in front of everybody. It's a hidden room.
Yeah,
it's the behind the scenes thing that the Lord is going to give you great favor in.
No, Sarah, that's a different Amy.
Yeah,
it's a different Amy that you're thinking of.
So yeah.
Okay. Let's do one. Can we do one more in there?
Which
we
one?
We got a minute and a half almost.
Did you have one more you wanted to do?
Well, there was Amy's. What was the other one that?
All right, so I've got one for you.
Okay.
Give me a second. Get it big enough so you can see it. So we know how to problem this is and how sensitive you are.
I'm very sensitive.
You are. It's true. Okay, let's get back to here. You're a sensitive soul. It's like Donkey in
Shrek.
In Shrek, yeah.
That's the same dream. What are you trying to do?
Oh, sorry, hit the wrong one.
Can we get it twice in a row? Is that the?
We're gonna nail this one. What did I do?
Oh, Sarah's dream. Okay. How long is? Hold on. How long is Elizabeth's dream?
Oh, I don't know. Oh, Elizabeth's about the same.
Let's do Elizabeth's dream. Sarah, only because we've done a lot of Sarah's dreams. I love you, Sarah. But let's do Elizabeth's dream.
Okay. All right, we'll do Elizabeth.
We will get to one of Sarah's dreams. I can guarantee you that on another episode.
All right.
Elizabeth, are you still on? That's the other question, so we can get there. Yeah, Sarah says, I agree, do Elizabeth. If Elizabeth's still on, yeah, if she's still on, then we can get to hers. Yeah, there she is. Good.
All right. Elizabeth says in her dream, I am trying to go to church, but the doors are locked. So I go to a different church. It is small with only a handful of members, half of which are white and half are black. They pass out an envelope to take up an offering, and I have a $20 bill in my wallet that I give. While taking up the offering, a lady is singing the 12 Days of Christmas. The first lyrics are the same, but she changed the next verses. I look to the side and see all these Christmas lights and trees. I asked the lady, what is all of this? Because I didn't see it when I came in. She said, isn't it beautiful? And how the trees are representative of God. Okay,
great. So in the dream, Elizabeth, did you agree with her? What, this, just to clarify, is this like, no, it's actually like it was podunk and, or just like, it was like shoddy and she was trying to pass it off as beautiful. It actually was beautiful. That's what I want to clarify that. Was it actually beautiful? And, let's see, the first lyrics the same. What did she change the next verse to? You agreed it was beautiful. Great.
Okay.
That's what I figured. So what were the lyrics changed to? Do you know what they were changed to? Or are they just that they were different? Were they, the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a partridge and a pear true. What was the second day of Christmas? Did you know what all the things were? Next verse. Okay. Yeah. Were you upset that she changed them, or was it just like you just knew she changed them? I mean, this is I think this is a great dream so far.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's the second day of Christmas, Sarah. You just knew she changed them. Okay. Yeah. So, and then last question for clarification. In the beginning, you're trying to go to church. So did you know was that the church that you normally go to? Is the church you used to go to? Sarah, I know what the second day is, of course. That is two turtle doves.
I just know 5 golden rings.
I've sung the song in the Pete the Cat book.
Oh yeah,
there's I've got kids, so so you were trying to go to the church you're currently attending. Okay, good. That's what I figured. And because you couldn't get in, you ended up going to a different church where half of the members were white and half of them were black, and it was smaller. Okay, great. Yeah. Well, I mean, and when did you have the dream? That's the other part. The other question is, when did you have the dream? August. Okay. Yeah. So just recently. Yeah. Well, I mean, I think the dream's showing you that he's going to put you around some people that are going to show you aspects of God that you never saw before. or that that demonstrate to you his beauty, and it's going to come in a different cultural expression. You have white people and black people, Caucasian and African American. So you've got multiple expressions of what you're looking at, and that it's interesting in there. You give $20, but what you receive is a beautiful picture. Ultimately what you receive a beautiful picture of who God is.
Yeah.
And so God, just because you can't even get into the doors, puts you around other people who you sow into, and what you reap out of that is a picture of the beauty of God that you had not seen before or heard before. And I love that the lyrics of the 12 Days of Christmas are, "My true love gave to me, my true love gave to me, my true love gave to me, my true love gave to me." And so something that is being revealed to you is about everything the true love, that's Jesus, gives to you. And so you've got this robust, beautiful picture of the lover of your soul giving you gifts. And it's cost you all you have, because you just have a 20 in your wallet, but it's actually not that, hasn't cost you that much. But yeah, God's putting you around some people that are really showing you a very different picture of who he is, and it's a beautiful thing.
She put $20 in on August 20th, I think.
Interesting, right? Very interesting. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good dream.
Yeah, it's a beautiful dream. Yeah. And you pulling it out of your wallet, of course, talks about having something to do with identity. That's a small part about it, but because your wallet is there, but it's mainly this beautiful picture of you seeing who God is in a much more robust, deep, beautiful, loving way.
So some of the things you've been looking for, you're going to find in places that are new to you.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's not saying that you necessarily need to change churches or anything, although it could be saying that. That's between you and the Lord. Berta, thank you very much. I love Berta. Just to make sure we got all our ducks in a row. Yeah. It's circumstances have meant you've had to, this is very, very much could be as a result of COVID. I couldn't get into the place I would normally go, and I've had to go other places.
And it's resulted in new encounters, new experiences, new vision, just new stuff, things that were unexpected.
Yeah.
It seems like they've changed, and yet they've changed well.
Yeah.
So it's good.
Yeah. Great dream.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, we've come to the end. Sauce.
That we have.
Yes, we have.
Yeah.
And we're going to, I will not be around next week.
Oh yeah. So we'll have a break.
Yeah. Or you can bring in a guest if you want.
Yeah. Well, if I can get someone on, we will. We'll see. Yeah. That's a good point. But yeah, you'll be in Florida house shopping.
That's right.
Yeah.
House hunting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking around.
Looking. Yeah.
So,
yeah. Very good. Okay. Well, Pops, why don't you pray over us?
Yeah. Father, thank you so much for just the wisdom you impart in dreams.
Yeah, that's right.
The grace to engage with life that we find in our dreams that we don't, that is new and fresh and vibrant to us. And I thank you for that deepening of the dreaming process that you've been doing in so many of the people that have been tracking along with us. And Lord, I ask you to bless that, increase that. May the dreams that each one has become more and more filled with you and your graces and your beauty. your presence that brings presence to us.
Yeah, that's right.
In so many ways. So Lord, we bless the dream life. May it increase. We bless those times of encounter and vision. May that increase, and
Yeah.
may blessing and favor be upon each one.
Yeah.
And we bless them now, and with health, hope, healing, and encounters with you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Okay. Until next time.
Talk to you guys soon.
Yep.